What's up, YouTube? This is Justin Shanholzer representing Beckley's RVs, Maryland's '1 RV dealership for the last 18 years in a row. And today we're going to be doing a quick walk around on the 2021 Winnebago Micro Mini 2108 TB. So this is a small couple style coach. It's approximately 7 feet wide. It's about 22 feet long, and it's going to be easily towable by almost any mid-size SUV. If you guys are new to the channel, consider subscribing and stay tuned for this walkthrough. All right, guys, so starting off up front here, they give you a powered tongue jack that's got a little LED light on it. So that way you guys can just simply push a button that'll raise and lower this thing to make hooking up a much easier experience. Plus, if it's at nighttime, that LED light will really help out. Now, directly behind here, it looks like you got two 30-pound propane bottles on this thing. You don't. You've got two 20-pounders, but the cover that they give you will allow you to go up to 30 pounds because it is an option with this thing. So that's certainly something that you guys could add if you decide that that's something that's important to you. Now, if you all see right up front here, they've got a gel-coated fiberglass front cap. The benefit to this is the fact that it has a lot less seams on it than a standard front cap. So in the event that you get any water leaks or water damage on here, it's just a little bit easier for you guys to be able to maintain, and hopefully some of that damage that would happen would be much lesser expensive for you guys to actually repair. Now, if you guys want to follow me, I want you to check out this pass-through storage underneath it here. It has got some big pass-through storage all the way across. Now, they've got a solar controller that's stowed right up front here in that pass-through storage area. You do have a solar panel that's up top on the roof with an additional area for you guys to add some extra solar on this thing. So if you guys decide to take this thing off boondocking someplace, that'll definitely give you the ability to prolong your boondocking stay. Now, right to my left here, you have controls for your powered jacks. So you have powered front jacks and powered rear jacks. Now, the nice thing with these is in the event that those malfunction, they still have this standard tip on the end for us to be able to grab a typical crank handle and be able to crank these things up or down manually. But we're camping, so hopefully it's supposed to be like vacation, so this is going to make it a lot easier for setup and for teardown. Now, right to the left there, you guys can see they give you a quick connect for propane. So that'll tie directly to those front 20-pound propane bottles. You guys could bring your own gas grill if you wanted to and be able to set that up and be able to enjoy outside underneath your beautiful awning. This thing has a huge awning on the sidewall of it. I mean, it almost takes up the entire sidewall of the coach. So it gives you a really nice, outside living space. Now, when we're looking at Winnebago products, a lot of people always ask, well, oh, it's a Winnebago, so it's gonna be the most expensive thing that's out there, right? Something that I want you guys to understand is, yeah, it might be a little bit more expensive, but it's not just a name that you're purchasing. What you're purchasing with this Winnebago product is construction. And that's what we're really gonna hone in on today, because the construction of this thing is way different in comparison to probably any other model that you guys are looking at out actually on the market. So starting off, they do something back behind these sidewalls called Azdel. So again, going back to our water conversation earlier, the biggest problem in the RV industry is getting water damage on these things. Unfortunately, the only thing that keeps water from getting in and out is just simply clear silicone that runs all the way up and around the sidewalls, and then some self-leveling lap sealant that's up on the roof. So what they do to help combat that is, in place of the Luan wood that this fiberglass is glued to, they use something that's called Azdel. Azdel is impervious to water. It's also a little bit lighter weight than the Luan. So the benefit to you guys is, in the event that you get water back behind these sidewalls, it's very unlikely that you guys would get any rotted wood, because simply put, there's no wood that's back behind this wall. Now, there is some on the interior wall, but if that gets to that point, it's been leaking for a while and you guys haven't been doing your good job in regards to getting that maintenance done like what we tell you to. So that's something that's really key. Now, the next thing that we're going to talk about is the foundation of the trailer. So when we're talking about foundations, it's equivalent to like what it is at a home. You want a nice, strong, solid base. That way you can build the rest of your trailer, your home, on top of. So something that they do with their axles is they're using a Torflex Dexter axle. So what that means to you is it's not a standard leaf spring style axle like what everybody does in the industry. The advantage to these is it's an independent type suspension that's been raised up some. So not only does it give you a little bit more ground clearance for these large 15-inch, off-grid kind of tires, but it also will help when it's going down the road. And if in the event that you guys happen to hit like a pothole, that independent suspension will ensure that it's a nice smooth drive inside for you guys up front in that towing vehicle, but it'll also ensure that it doesn't or it resists a lot of the shock or the absorption that you typically would get on the inside of the trailer if you did not have these axles. So that's a really big deal. Now the next thing is their frame. So they're doing a frame that's called NXG. It's manufactured by a company called Norcold. Why it's important is because this chassis has very, very minimal welds to it. Instead, they're using a technology that's called huck bolting. Okay, huck bolting, simply put, is the same type of setup that they use for submarines, for airplanes, for trains. It's a way that they're using a bolt, more or less, to put about 10,000 pounds of pressure through this chassis. And ultimately what that means to you guys is it's gonna be a lot more strong and a lot more sturdy, and very unlikely that any of those welds or anything that would be underneath there typically would break, because again, it has very, very minimal amount on there. But moving on from the construction, because I'm sure some of you guys just want to see, all the cool stuff that this thing's got. So back to the flashy stuff. We got a big awning outside, got the LED lights underneath of it. We got some exterior speakers, so when we're hanging out underneath of that campsite. And if you guys follow me back around here, they give you a good size standard spare tire. It's pre-wired for a backup camera that would be manufactured by a company called Voyager. That way when you guys are backing at the campsite, you can actually see what it is that you're doing. Or when you're rolling down the road, maybe you have some bikes or something that's hooked up on the back. You can see that those are there too. Now they give you a ladder up here on the back. That's very important because it goes back to our maintenance stuff. That gives you the ability to climb up on top of the roof, which is 100% fully walkable for you guys to perform the maintenance as needed and for that stuff to get cleaned off up there. Now coming around in the back left corner of this thing, one of the most awesome things about this trailer is your all-in-one central location for all your hookups. So you've got your electric that's here, you got your sewage drainage that's down below, and then you got your water connection that's right here. Everything's all in one nice spot versus having all this stuff scattered. The worst thing is when you get to a campsite and they got, a sewage inlet that's here, they got the electric that's way up in the front, and then they got, the water that's way back in the corner. Then you run into issues where you don't have a long enough hose and that kind of thing. It just makes it a ton of a pain. So this was really, really nice. They even give you an outside shower too. So if you guys are coming back from that sandy day at the beach, you can spray your feet off a little bit and comfortably get back, inside of your trailer without messing anything up. So the style slide out they're using on this thing is called a Schwintek type of slide out. Excuse me guys on that. Really, really good slide out mechanism, super inexpensive in the event that this thing is to malfunction or break on you. But if you keep following me all the way back and around here, so this comes over here to the other side of that pass-through storage. And what I wanted to show to you guys is look how thick that these storage doors are. They're very, very thick, they're not thin, and they also are slam shut baggage doors. So you can slam those shut and easily open these up even if you got your hands full. Versus if they don't do this, it's very difficult to open these up with something in your hands. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the outside walk around on this. I know it got a little technical for some of you, but hopefully we pointed out some of the cool features, advantages, and benefits of this thing. We're gonna go ahead and pop inside and show you the rest. All right guys, so we're standing inside of this Micro Mini 2108 TB, and to bring you guys up to speed on some cool features that this thing has, if you're just now tuning in, it's got heated and an enclosed underbelly with some cool tank heating pads. So this thing will be something you could use well up until late season. The other thing too is it's got a 3-year structural warranty. That's gonna be leading class for the industry. And then lastly, the fact that this thing is only 7 feet wide, it's very, very towable by a very small size SUV. You don't need big towing mirrors sticking out past a car because it's gonna stick nice and profiled behind the vehicle. Now let's go ahead and we'll tune in to the rest of what this thing looks like. So starting off up front here, we've got a boost style dinette. They call this a dream type dinette. And the reason why it's a dream is because there's no poles underneath it here that stick into the floor. So when we go to connect and drop this thing down and convert this into a bed, it makes it a lot easier. Plus, sliding in and out of the booth, you don't have annoying, poles right there that your leg legs and knees are hitting up against. So that's something that's awesome. Now the other thing is you get some storage underneath of both of these booths. So the cool thing with this is you have the storage doors. Some lesser expensive trailers don't give you the storage doors, and instead you got to lift up this cushion and pull up a piece of wood in order to access underneath of there. You can still do that with this, but this is nice that they give you that there. Now right up and above behind me here, they give you a nice little entertainment center. Directly below there, they got a cell phone charging station that's wireless, so that's something that's really cool. And then directly up above that, they got a CD player, they got a DVD player, it's AM, FM, Bluetooth. I mean, really any type of entertainment that you'd want to do with this thing, it's got you covered right here. Now it was freezing cold outside earlier, so we're inside, we're cranking the heat. I think we had the heat on here for probably 10 minutes at most, and I tell you what, it's already at 71 degrees and it was at 35 degrees, you know, about 10 minutes ago before we started and got that heat on. So this thing's working really, really well. If you guys want to check out the bathroom back here, of course, it's a small size trailer and we're not having a party in here, but it gives you everything that you need. So right over here, they got a good size sink with some storage underneath, and then also plenty of storage back here that even has like a little hanging closet in there. Then over here in the shower, since all you guys always like to see me step inside the shower, so I'm about 5'9", my head almost touches here a little bit, and I have a little bit of a wingspan here. I was like doing the chicken dance there or something, but yeah, there's plenty of space without a doubt. Plus, this is pretty cool too. You don't have like a, the shower curtain where you get water all over the floor. Plus, it's not glass where you got to concern yourself with, broken glass when you guys actually get to this campsite because you forgot to hook that up. And then down below, if you guys see what this toilet looks like here, let's see. Oh, plastic, but hey, no problem. But if you guys want to follow me out here, we'll show you the rest of the trailer. So first off, I want to show you the kitchen area. So you got a beautiful farm style, type sink. It's stainless steel. You got a faucet that's here that has the two different outputs for the shower, or for the shower head, if you will. You got a 3-burner cooktop. Now notice there's no oven underneath it here. Instead, Winnebago decides to give you guys some additional storage, and they give you a convection microwave overhead. You got a little cool light there, along with an exhaust fan going outside. Now the refrigerator in this thing is massive. Looks like it may be about an 8 cubic foot refrigerator. They do have an optional 10 cubic foot, residential style fridge. This is their gas and electric version. So the residential will be even bigger than what this guy is here. Otherwise, up front here, this is where the TB comes in place. So the TB stands for twin bed. Right now, it's converted into a 74 by 82 inch king bed. So this will be really comfortable. If you're not the smallest person, it'll be a lot easier to sleep inside of this thing. Or the other advantage that you guys have is you can remove these cushions that are here in the middle. And then basically this is just a platform that made into that king bed. The cool thing with this is you could easily lay down in bed, and if you want to get up in the middle of the night, instead of having to climb all the way off the end of the bed, instead you just throw your feet out right here and you're able to stand right up and go and use the restroom or go outside and enjoy that morning cup of coffee. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video so far. Again, my name is Justin Shanholzer. I'm a salesperson here at Beckley's RVs. If you guys are brand new here to the channel, be sure to consider liking it, give us a comment, and make sure that you guys subscribe and stay tuned for all the rest of the videos that we're going to be doing throughout the rest of the year.